Hi everybody, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto, and today we're taking a look at a Honda EF2 Civic Shuttle. And so the Honda Civic Shuttle is the station wagon version of the Civic that the US didn't get. And so it is a little bit longer and a whole bunch cooler than the regular Civic, because once you import this to the US, you get to be one of the only ones who has one. Okay, it uses a D series engine, and this one here is a 16 valve version. And it displaces 1.5 liters. So 1500cc, 16 valve, and this one uses carburetors. It's a 1988 model. It uses, interestingly, 2 carburetors. Take a look. And what's really cool about this is they chose to use a side draft carburetor instead of a downdraft carburetor. And so for the engine size, you should get pretty good performance. However, it is not a performance car, but Honda's pretty awesome at making engines, especially in the 1980s, and so this one should be a really nice running engine. It seems to run really nice, and the response seems really great too. I don't know if I can pull this throttle. It's way down in there. Nope. There we go. Okay, now the engine is a little bit noisier than I would have expected, but I'm not familiar with this engine. In the cold engine start video, which complements this one, I explained all the details about what I thought about the engine. It seems like the engine is running fine. It seems like you might have some sort of issue with a bearing in one of the external pieces here. Anyways, let's close the hood. And we'll do once around of the car. Okay, so I don't know an awful lot about the EF2 other than they're Civics and they were made in the 1980s and they're usually front-wheel drive. I believe you could get some of them in four-wheel drive, but I'm not 100% sure. What's really neat about this is that finding a Civic Shuttle with a 5-speed manual is really uncommon, and that's what we have here. And so 5-speed manual in the station wagon, usually these cars wouldn't have lasted the 25 years needed in order to import them into the USA. This one here was a lucky find. And so condition of the car seems to be great. I really don't have any complaints about it. After 25 years, the way that it looks is pretty gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to point out a couple of things. It looks like they've converted over to the Usdm headlights on this one. They have DOT markings on them, and they're the double lens style, so you have different corners from your main beam. 2 pieces. Japanese are 1 piece. These may have been changed as well, but I'm not 100% sure. They do have the DOT on them, but oftentimes the markers will have DOT in all regions, contrary to the way that the headlights might be. Some stickers on the windshield here. It says USDM JDM Factory.com, and so it's got some squiggly lines. That's supposed to be writing, I guess. And Civics like this are actually pretty common here in Japan for people who want to do the USDM thing. Ironically, this is one that you can't get in the States, but they're switching over parts like the headlights. Okay, so we have a little bit of damage here on the front bumper. This is actually the worst damage in the entire car. This, and it includes this cracked marker lens that they put together with some dollar store glue. Over here we've got a couple of minor scratches as well. Peeling paint on the windshield wipers, which is really a non-issue. Side panels are fantastic. This one here is the better side panel. It has very mild denting in it in a couple of places. And of course there is the other video that explains that. This one here has a little bit more damage. I'll point out the worst of it in just a sec. On the back door, there's 1, 2, 3, and these are the biggest dents on the side. Almost the only dents on the side, really. Okay, still running the standard aluminum wheels. Cool that they have aluminum wheels for this one and not a steel wheel with a hubcap. Okay, and those are 14, and the tires were changed not too long ago. They still have plenty of tread left on them. Excuse me. Okay, so the party piece of this one would be the back hatch. I'm going to open that, but in order to open it, you have to pop it or use a key. It is one of those 1980s style things. They don't have its own, or it doesn't have its own latch on the back. Okay, so probably about twice the room of the regular Civic in the back here. You get storage compartments, so one thing to put stuff, like suction cups, and another to put stuff you really don't want people to get, so you can hide it in there. Now it doesn't come with the tonneau, is that how you pronounce it? Tonneau cover. It looks like they clip in here, and they have 4 clips. I don't know why you would need so many, but you have them. No spare tire in this one, no sitting water or rust in here, and for an 88, good to see that there's no rust in it, because that is a bit of a problem. I just want to mention also, the way that the hatch works is the hatch comes over past the corner here before it goes up, and this section here goes down a little bit, and this plastic piece acts as a bit of a spoiler to direct the air more efficiently. I don't know, that's just my guess. So I'll just show you with the hatch down. Pardon me. Okay, it is pretty cool looking. I think that, you know, seeing the EF Civics is not really a popular thing, let alone one that's a little bit longer. The interior of this one seems to be in quite good condition. I guess I should mention the mud flaps are missing here. You can see little lines from where they were taken off. The stock mud flaps shouldn't be hard to get if you want to get those again. Here's what they look like. And I guess one more thing before we go inside is the car has, see these rubber bits here? It kind of has this mold in the rubber bits. See that? And they're in this lower section too. And possibly this giant bumper that's on the side is responsible for having not very many dents in the car. So, good thinking. Okay, inside we got power windows. We have the Lock Shimasho button. It's not a button, it's just a label. Lock Shimasho. Lock the doors. Okay, very much EF2 Civic in here. Seats are, well, the seats are really, really, really good, except for the cigarette burn here. Too bad. But otherwise, no rips. They're fairly clean, good condition. They're comfy seats. They feel very good. Something to mention about this car is it smells really nice. Hard to describe smells, but the inside of this car smells great. Just over 100,000 kilometers on it. It's got climate control AC. Unfortunately, the AC doesn't work on this one. We did test that. Here's the good stick. It's actually the same one as what's in the CRX. You push here, and then you can set your temperature, and then when you don't want passengers finding out that that's how you do it, you close this, and you hope that they don't read this. So cool, warm, and then auto here, and then you can switch this, and it blows you in the face. It feels like the compressor still engages. It feels like it's just got a leak in the coolant. And this old of a car is probably going to be R12 instead of R134A, and so it's probably not a very cool AC anyway. Dashboard doesn't have any cracks. Floor mats are kind of cool. Fun stick. And this seems to work pretty good. Like the shifting is nice and tight, the clutch engages properly, the throttle response is good. And so, very nice. And back seats here, they are standard issue Civic back seats. There's this, and I don't know what it is, some substance that you probably want to clean up, and missing floor mats here. Okay, so you might have noticed that we didn't go over the auction sheet for this one. That's because this car wasn't bought through the auction. It was actually bought from a dealer here in Japan. And the reason why you would buy from a dealer instead of the auction is because something like this, you could be waiting a very long time to find one at auction. And so it just makes an awful lot of sense to buy them from the dealer instead. Okay, so that's going to be the end of this walk around. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, as always, please let me know in the comments section, and we do get back to those as frequently as we can. So thanks a lot for watching, and have a nice day.